It's Courtly Choice, and the Buckeye Hall of Famer Dave Miller does it. Courtly Choice. Manchego digging in, needs the line. Here comes Vetosa. Smith's hammer needs a final lunge, but it's Manchego, and Yannick Gingras! It's harness racing's ultimate prize, the Hambletonian, America's great trotting race, caps off the championship meet on the greatest day in harness racing here at Meadowlands Racing and Entertainment, and it comes up this Saturday, August the 3rd in East Rutherford, New Jersey. PlayMeadowlands.com. Hot and steamy outside, but nice and cool inside here on the second level at the Meadowlands Racetrack. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ken Warkentin here on the second level of the Meadowlands Racetrack for the Facebook Live drawing of the Hambletonian and the Hambletonian Oaks. And, well, it's Hambletonian time. That means it's Taz and the Moose time. We've got Mark Malusis, prominent New York sportscaster, and you've got to be excited about the Hambletonian, but there is a trade deadline tomorrow.
Well, yeah, Major League Baseball trade deadline, 4 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. The Mets have already made a big move, adding Marcus Stroman over the course of the weekend, trading Jason Vargas yesterday to the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll see what the Yankees do. They need to add a starter, maybe a reliever. We'll see what the Mets do in terms of Zach Wheeler, Todd Frazier, and the like. But, yeah, wheelings and dealings with baseball. But, Kenny, it's Hambo week, right?
No, it's New York Jets and Giants training camp as well.
It is. That's right. Well, I mean, you pass by here. I mean, a tremendous sports complex, and you see the Giant faithful out there at the Giants practice facility taking in training camp. So the Giants are in full flight. The Jets are in full flight. Certainly higher expectations this year for the Jets with a new head coach, with a new general manager in Joe Douglas, second-year quarterback in Sam Darnold. And you look at the Giants, a little bit of a state of transition for them. Odell Beckham Jr., he's now a member of the Browns. Landon Collins is now a safety for the Washington Redskins. You got an older quarterback in Eli Manning, an upstart when you look at Daniel Jones, who they drafted 6th overall from the Duke Blue Devils. So a little bit of a change in scenario where you look at the expectations for one team as compared to the other, because we know the Jets have kind of been in the shadow for the Giants, and really since their existence, aside from the 1 year when Joe Namath won the Super Bowl. Aside from that, it's really kind of been a Giants town. The Jets are looking to kind of supersede that this year, and they've got the potential to do it.
All right, sounds great. There's a great summarize, a great wrap-up of that. But right now, the first on our agenda, first item on the agenda is drawing for the Hambletonian Oaks. We're going to take a look at the stretch drives here of the Hambletonian Oaks elimination heats, and there was a very tight photo finish in that first elimination, and we're going to take a look at that right now of the undefeated Millie's Possession, and Evident Beauty comes roaring up on the outside, and here it is. There's Sonic Grace unleashed is Evident Beauty and Dave Miller. It is Millie's Possession. Evident Beauty on the outside, looks her in the eye. Millie's Possession, Evident Beauty on the outside. Millie's Possession, and Evident Beauty. They hit the line together, a photo for win. And then it was Queen of... And Millie's Possession holds off that hard charging Evident Beauty and remains undefeated. The second elimination, a very impressive winner, Mark Malusis, When Doves Cry for the Allard brothers. This was the fastest elimination. Let's take a look here. She does drift out in the stretch, but again, she is going well and swells up on the lead. Getting away from Southwind Kasha. Miss Trixton's full out on the inside. So is Beautiful Sin. Sweet Chapter with Late Trot on the inside, drifting out but maintaining a good lead. When Doves Cry at 3-1. When Doves Cry romps. When Doves Cry. Then Southwind Kasha. Then close either Princess Deo, Miss Trixton, Sweet Chapter in that. So 151 and 3/5 there for When Doves Cry. So first on our agenda is the draw for the two elimination winners earn the right to draw between posts 1 and 5. And presiding judge Pete Koch and Racing Secretary Scott Warren will do that drawing right here between the two elimination winners. And Mark Malusis, you can assist them. So we'll see how it pans out here between posts 1 and 5 for 2 goes to Millie's Possession, undefeated, 8 for 8, and she will draw post 2, relief from post 2, and then When Doves Cry. Post 5. So we toss the other 8 balls into the bucket here and draw for the other 8 post positions for the $500,000 Hambletonian Oaks. We've also got Dave Brower on hand to attach the morning line here, formulate that. Bob Hollywood Hayden, Hall of Famer, We'll have some interviews. Have an interview actually with trainer Marcus Melander. Number 1, the rail goes to Southwind Kasha. Southwind Kasha, post 1. John Campbell here as well, president of the Hambletonian Society, 6-time winner of the Hambletonian. Number 4, Evident. Who was that?
Evident Beauty.
Evident Beauty, who just missed in that photo finish, is a 2 Millie's possession, post 4. So draws well.
10.
Post 10.
Miss Trixton.
Miss Trixton. Miss Trixton, post 10. 6.
Sweet Chapter.
Sweet Chapter, post 6. Post 6, Sweet Chapter.
The 8.
The 8, post 8. Queen of Trixes. Queen of Trixes, post 8.
The 9.
Number 9
Princess Deo.
will be Princess Deo. Number 9, Princess Deo.
The 7.
7, number 7.
Asiago.
Asiago, number 7.
Then we got the 3.
Number 3 will be
Sonic Grace.
Sonic Grace. Sonnet Grace. Sonnet Grace, number 3. And that is it. That is the draw for the $500,000 Hambletonian Oaks, a sister event, of course, to the Hambletonian. And right there, we'll go through the field again as, Scott, if I can just get you to scooch over there. Southwind Kasha, Millie's Possession, Sonnet Grace, Evident Beauty, When Doves Cry, the 6, Sweet Chapter, 7, Asiago, 8, Queen of Trixes, 9, Princess Deo, 10, Miss Trixton. And Dave Brower working overtime here. We've got a morning line. How about that? Southwind Kasha 15-1, Millie's Possession 9-5, Sonnet Grace 15-1, Evident Beauty at 7-2, When Doves Cry 5-2, second choice on the morning line. Sweet Chapter 20-1, Asiago 15-1, Queen of Trixes 15-1, Princess Deo 12-1, Miss Trixton 30-1. So 9-5 morning line favorite in the Hambletonian Oaks. The 2 Millie's Possession, Jim Campbell, the driver, and or the trainer, I should say, and the who's won it before with Broadway Schooner, and Dexter Dunn will make his Hambletonian debut as a driver. Dexter Dunn, juggernaut, continues to surge. We'll take a timeout here and come back, and of course our next business or item of business will be the draw for the $1 million Hambletonian, the Hambletonian Heats, and much more. So stay with us.
Some people say I'm lucky, and sometimes I am. But winning at life is all about smart choices, so maybe people should say I'm smart. Speaking of choices, I just made a great one. It's called Betfair Exchange. It offers anyone in New Jersey the power to simply choose the horse, the bet, and the odds that are just right for them. So now it's not all about luck. You get it. Smart is the new lucky. Join now at betfair.com.
The FanDuel Sportsbook is the #1 sportsbook in New Jersey. Located inside Meadowlands Racetrack, the FanDuel Sportsbook is open 7 days a week and parking is free. With more than 50 high-definition televisions, it is the perfect place to watch and wager on all the sports action. The Sportsbook features Victory Sports Bar with an upscale bar menu, perfect for lunch or dinner. So come out to the FanDuel and see why it is New Jersey's #1 sportsbook. Visit playmeadowlands.com/FanDuel. Remember, you must be 21 or older to wager. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Heart-pounding excitement happens every Friday and Saturday night at Meadowlands Racing and Entertainment. Live harness racing kicks off at 7:15 p.m. Admission and parking are free. Take in the live race action while dining in Pink Restaurant. For reservations, call 201-THE-BIG-M. Watch and wager on all the sports action in the FanDuel Sportsbook while dining on upscale bar fare. Enter our nightly promotions for a chance to win cash and other great prizes. Visit playmeadowlands.com for racing, dining, and promotion information.
And welcome back to our Facebook Live presentation of the Hambletonian Oaks and Hambletonian Draw. And one of the last major stepping stones was a few weeks ago, the Stanley Dancer Memorial Divisions, Mark. And this is where the Hambletonian eligibles, the prominent ones, got a chance to strut their stuff. Did you catch any of the action?
I did. I mean, it was impressive, no doubt, Kenny. I mean, you look at it, first and foremost, you start to learn a little bit with each and every race in terms of putting back-to-back performances together, being able to stream them together. I mean, that's what I take away from it anytime I kind of watch those races.
And peaking at the right time, ramping it up for Hambletonian Day. That is the major target. And we'll take a look at the first division here of the Stanley Dancer Memorial. Swandre the Giant, who was a first-time Lasix this night, upset Green Manalishi S151 and 3.
Forge past, they slug it out, exchanging blows. Reign of Honor is third between horses coming on late. Swandre the Giant at 5-1 to upset. Swandre the Giant and the Buckeye. Then Green Manalishi.
So is Swandre the Giant, of course, Lasix not allowed in the Hambletonian. Green Manalishi second, Reign of Honor third. Swandre the Giant coming back to finish second, a bang-up second here this past Saturday as a tune-up as well. Now in the second elimination, this was our Hambletonian favorite, and he was on. This horse seems like he's not from another planet, but we'll get more on that later. This is Green Shoe.
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, dynamic performance when you look at it. I mean, first and foremost, as talented as you could be. And I was talking to John Campbell before we came on, and he said he might be the most talented trotter he's ever seen. So, I mean, that's when you look at, and the likes of John Campbell saying that, I mean, that says a lot with the talent. It's Green Shoe.
And the White Knight, Brian Sears, looking for that Hambletonian Grand Slam, is fourth Hambletonian. Let's take a look at this division, the stretch drive of the Stanley Dancer Memorial.
Green Shoe on the outside prevailing. Pilot Discretion trying to trot with him and can't at this point. Then it's way back to Final Claim. Green Shoe drawing clear with authority for the White Knight. Brian Sears and Green Shoe on their way to the Hambletonian. Then Pilot Discretion and Super Shizzle.
Previously undefeated Pilot Discretion, a bang-up second there, so he's a top contender, and Super Shizzle finishing third, and he was third again here this past Saturday night. So Green Shoe basically laying down the gauntlet, setting the tone there with that 150-1 career best coming in to the Hambletonian. We've got the fourth and final pool of the Hambletonian Future Wager to talk about and show you here. It starts on Friday, it runs through Saturday. It's set up in our tote system as one of one single separate event, win wagering only, a $1 minimum wager with a 17% takeout. So your chance to lock in a favorite before the actual Hambletonian final odds mark.
Well, you can't beat that, right? I mean, number one, you want to. Who doesn't love betting on the Hambletonian? Number one, I mean, it's a great card on Saturday from first race to the last race. You know, from dawn to dusk, it's a beautiful day, and with the future wager, you're getting those bets in early, which is fantastic.
And you get maybe a better price on your horse.
Yeah, no doubt, and that's really what we're all for, right? I mean, we're all to make a little bit of money. That's what we're coming out here on Saturday to do. Put a couple dollars down, try and turn a couple dollars into a significant amount of money. And if you can get better odds on Saturday, who can beat that?
Or you can bet a Holly Hot Shot. How about that? Okay, we've got 2 eliminations. 16 have entered the Hambletonian, so 2 elimination heats. Top 5 come back for the $1 million final. So first on the agenda here is the first heat, right? So go ahead. First heat of the Hambletonian.
Number one.
Number 1, post 1. Forbidden Trade. That's the Canadian Invader. He's won several races in Ontario. Prep. I understand he might be qualifying. He might have qualified this morning. I'm not sure. Number 6. Don't Let Him. He was an impressive winner here on Saturday night. They got him back in gear. Could be Yannick Gingras' first Hambletonian.
Number 8, Marseille.
Number 8. It is Marseille, the impressive winner of the Beal. He stole that. And, of course, that's Åke Svanstedt. Post 8. Number 4. Reign of Honor. Post 4, Reign of Honor. Number 7. Super Shizzle. Number 7. Number 5. Green Shoe. Post 5, Green Shoe, the number 1 rated 3-year-old on the road to the Hambletonian. Brian Sears, Marcus Melander. Number 2. Gary, number 2. Number 3. Pilot Discretion. That's Andrew McCarthy, Tony Alanya. Number 2 is Jerry, right? Number 3 is Pilot Discretion.
Correct.
Right. So we've got them all here?
Yes.
Let's recap. All right. Forbidden Trade, 1, 2, Jerry. 3, Pilot Discretion. 4, Reign of Honor. 5, Green Shoe. 6, Don't Let Him. 7, Super Shizzle. 8, Marseille. That's the first elimination heat. We'll get the morning line in a few seconds here as we shuffle them up and put the balls back in here for the other 8 in the second elimination heat for the Hambletonian. Number 6. Austeric. Number 6. Number 3. Swandre the Giant. Number 3. Number 2. Summit in Sight. Team Orange Crush. They've been on the board but twice in the last 3 or 4 years. Number 8. Green Manalishi. Number 8. Post 8. Green Manalishi. Number 4. Soul Strong. Åke Svanstedt. Number 4. Soul Strong. Number 7. Chimpanzee. The undefeated Chimpanzee. Number 7. Number 5. Mr. Victor. New York Sire Stakes sensation. Mr. Victor. Number 5. Number 1. Cantab Fashion. Jim Campbell, Cantab Fashion, and Dexter Dunn. So let's recap the second elimination heat for the 94th Hambletonian. Cantab Fashion, number 1, 2, Summit in Sight. 3, Swandre the Giant. 4, Soul Strong. 5, Mr. Victor. 6, Austeric. 7, Chimpanzee. 8, Green Manalishi. Here is the morning line for the first elimination heat. Forbidden Trade, 12-1. Jerry, 20-1. Pilot Discretion, 10-1. Reign of Honor, 20-1. Green Shoe, 4-5. 6, Don't Let Him, 4-1. 7, Super Shizzle, 10-1. 8, Marseille, 5-1. Dave Brower is doing a bang-up job today, and in this second elimination heat, right? The 1, Cantab Fashion, 6-1. 2, Summit in Sight, 20-1. 3, Swandre the Giant, 7-2. 4, Soul Strong, 8-1. 5, Mr. Victor, 15-1. And the same for 6, Austeric, 15-1. Chimpanzee, 2-1 morning line favorite from post 7 in that second heat, and the 8, Green Manalishi, at 5-2. The stage is set, and the man who has the Power Pack trio is standing by, the rising star Marcus Melander with Bob Hollywood Hayden. Take it away, Bob.
Marcus Melander, your reaction to the draw?
It was okay. It was a mixed, draw good with Jerry and Green Shoe, a little worse with Chimpanzee and Green Manalishi, but it was still okay.
Yeah, but it's such an interesting trio here. Let's start with Green Shoe. What is the difference between Green Shoe at 2 and 3? What did you do differently with him from 2 to 3, and what did he do to mature from 2 to 3?
I think the main thing is that he really matured. He respects me more, and Brian more, and then of course we put on some different equipment that we didn't have last year. But I think the main thing is just that he is more mature.
When you finished 1-2 in the Breeders' Crown last year, could you have possibly imagined that you would have the Hambletonian favorite, but it wasn't one of those two horses? It would be Green Shoe.
Well, it's hard to say yes, but yeah, everyone saw when he qualified her in first week of June, and then how he raced. So we really know he had a really good horse. But he had some issues last year, but he seemed to overcome them this year, and everything's been good so far.
Okay, Jim Panzee is undefeated. Was this a conscious effort for those two not to meet up until now in the Hambletonian?
Yeah, me and Brian decided pretty early with the owners that we wanted to go, a little bit different road with him and just go in New York and keep us confident. And I think he had a couple of qualifiers here at Meadowlands, and I'm very happy how things turned out with him. This was our plan, and I couldn't be more happy with him.
It's hard to imagine an undefeated colt being a little bit overshadowed by his own stablemate.
Yeah, I mean, Green Shoe's just been unbelievable, and he should be the favorite, but it'll be very exciting to see Chimpanzee on this track.
Green Manalishi's never missed the board. Tell us a little bit about him. His second in the Breeders' Crown, never worse than second at 2.
Yeah, I think he will really come into the form right now. It's a big horse. He needed these couple of races to get going. So I'm very excited to see him race on Saturday.
Tell us about the conversations you've had with Brian Sears now concerning the choice potentially for the final.
We haven't really talked about it. First of all, we hope that they were going to go in separate divisions here, and if both make the finals, we'll take a talk after that and see what Brian wants to do.
It's training now for 2 heats. Anything change here for the 2 heats coming up Saturday?
No, that we did all winter and spring. So, they're ready. We're just going to train them a little bit light tomorrow and see so everything's all right, but otherwise they'll be ready.
Everybody has their own favorites. Who do you think are the horses to beat, not counting your own?
It's some nice horses that Don Latimer is really good. Pilot Discretion is a really nice horse. It's some nice horses in there. I think Green Shoe should be the favorite. I think he's the best horse. But it's horse racing, and a lot can happen.
You were 9 years old when your uncle won this race, Stefan Melander, with Scarlet Knight in 2001. But you were actually here, right?
Yeah, I was on the other side though, in the old grandstand. But I don't remember so much. But I was here.
Could you mark your program? We'd like to take a look at that.
Yeah, that's
undefeated, 7 for 7, I believe, going into that day, right?
Yeah, he probably was, yeah.
Now, there's been a great Swedish tradition in this race. Per Eriksson won it 3 times. Jan Jansson won with Hambo on the Oaks. Jimmy Takter has won it 4 times. Håkan Wallner, Jan Nordin. How have those big names, or have they influenced you?
Oh, like I worked for a year for Jimmy. He meant a lot. He teach me a lot, and I was very happy to work for him for a year. He learned me a lot of things. Johnson, we bought the farm from him. We trained at this old place, and so it's we got some. Yeah, it's some night. They really helped me, a couple of those names, yeah.
Before we let you go, 4 days out from Hambletonian, what's Marcus Melander thinking right now about Saturday afternoon?
Just thinking about the horses, keep them fresh and sound, keep them happy. So I have done almost all my work, so hopefully I will do the right thing until Saturday, and then it's up to the horses and Brian.
Good luck. Good luck, Marcus. And Ken, back to you. There's the man who's got the horses to beat on Saturday afternoon.
And when his uncle won, Stefan, they called it, and I used it in the call at the finish of the race, Mark, he was Sweden's man on the moon. It means that much in Sweden to win the Hambletonian.
Well, I mean, no doubt. And certainly you'd like to be where Melander is right now. I mean, 3 of the 4 top choices going into Saturday's action, being 4 days out. You just want everything to go well the rest of the week, and certainly the horses to behave themselves. But, I mean, he's got the 4 to 5 shot in one of the elimination heats, and then he certainly has a stronghold in the second. So if you're him, you're feeling very, very good. You just want everything to go into Saturday go extremely well.
Mark, we have one more piece of business here, and the elimination heats, the order of them are drawn by lot, right, Pete and Scott? So we will figure that out right here. Which elimination heat for the Hambletonian will be first and which will be second? So the first heat will be
Cantab fashion.
That'll be the Cantab fashion elimination heat here. That will be the first, and then the one with Forbidden Trade will be second. Right. So that is the order of the elimination heats, and of course the top 5 come back for the $1 million final. We'll take a quick timeout and come back to wrap things up right after this.
For every owner of a racehorse, the dream begins with the fall of the auctioneer's hammer. That dream is to own and race a champion. But for every breeder of racehorses, that dream begins more than a year earlier at foaling and during the months that follow. Kentuckiana Farms has bred, raised, or sold over $35 million winners, and its stallions have sired the winners of over $500 million. Home of Yankee Glide, Muscle Mass, and Swan for All. Kentuckiana, breeding and siring the best.
Bar Hopping, a gorgeous son of Muscle Hill with a record of 151-4 and over $1.2 million in earnings. Winner of the Zweig Memorial, Hambletonian Elimination, Carl Erskine Trot, Canadian Trotting Classic Final.
Bar Hopping explodes! A Canadian Trotting Classic score for Bar Hopping.
And Breeders' Crown Final.
Bar Hopping getting to the front. Bar Hopping and the Breeders' Crown.
Bar Hopping's yearlings are stamped with his classic good looks, intelligence, and great gait. Bar Hopping, standing at Hanover Shoe Farms.
Every mixed sale has its own characteristics and advantages. And for help in deciding which one might be best for your horses, contact the leader in standardbred sales, Preferred Equine Marketing. Preferred has the proven experience and know-how to point you in the right direction and get you top dollar. Call or visit preferredequine.com today.
The new Purple Haze Standardbred Adoption Program is now open and plans to become the premier facility to find homes for retired harness horses in New York. Renowned horse owner Wanda Policini has developed Purple Haze to ensure that retired standardbreds find a second calling and profession. The only 100% standardbred adoption program in the state of New York, Purple Haze will be looking for placement to approved homes.
And once again, the stage is set. There's a look at the draw boards there for the Hambletonian Heats, and we're back to wrap things up here on our Facebook Live presentation for 2019. Mark Malusis, I think the races drew out terrifically well. I think the favorites are going to have to do some work here. I think, Don't Let 'Em was very, very impressive for Nancy Johansson. It seems to be it's been her year so far. She's had a great year, and of course she's the daughter of you-know-who, Hall of Famer Jimmy Takter. And for many years, Hambletonian Day was John Campbell's day, and then it became Jimmy Takter's day. So
no, that's true. You're right, but I mean, I'd like to see Green Shoe work a little bit, even at 4 to 5 in one of the heats, early on, and then see exactly if you can fire back in the Hambletonian. I think you come to the track on Saturday here at beautiful Meadowlands Racetrack. I think you're probably expecting to see a scintillating performance by the 3-year-old. But, Jim Pensy is certainly talented as well. Will we see his best on Saturday? Only time will tell. Undefeated. So, I mean, perfect 12 for 12. I mean, that's as impressive as well. So, I think it's setting up for a really special day of racing.
And, of course, our very special Big M TV crew here have put together a terrific video once again to kind of well, I think you guys are special. And this will rev you up here for Hambletonian Day. There's nothing quite like the atmosphere in Hambletonian Day.
You're looking at a live shot of the Meadowlands Racetrack in East Rutherford, New Jersey, within sight of the skyscrapers of the Big Apple, New York City.
Super One is trying to hold on, and Shy Away St. Pat wants to run him down. Super One's got it ahead. Shy Away's up on the outside, and Shy Away is inching to the front.
Probe on the outside. Park Avenue Joe comes roaring back. A relentless drive to the wire. Park Avenue Joe. Probe. Here's the finish. Too close to call.
Continental Victory, the filly on the inside for LeChamp. On the outside, Lindy, Lane, and O'Donnell as they hit the wire. Continental Victory has done it.
From the Pennsylvania Fairs to the Hambletonian Winner's Circle, it's Vivid Photo.
Operation Hambletonian complete.
Green Shoe drawing clear with authority for the White Knight. Brian Sears and Green Shoe on their way to the Hambletonian.
And Jim Pansy is striding away by 5 or 6. It's Jim Pansy in front.
Green Manalishi slowing up just a bit, but it's Green Manalishi. It's Marseille out sprinting, Soul Strong and Pilot Discretion. Marseille to win against Marseille. And Cantab Fashion, a romper, don't let him on his way to the Hambletonian. Don't let him, a decisive score here.
Well, in addition to the Hambletonian Day 2019 coverage on track along our simulcast network and on the World Wide Web, there's national television coverage on CBS Sportsnet from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Also on TVG, our recap show on SNY. You can tune in and join the conversation on our various social media platforms using hashtag Hamble19. And Mark Malusis, The Fan, Sports Radio 66 will broadcast live in the backyard, right?
Yeah, we're going to be here 8 to 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, so we're going to be up early. We're going to get started early, give you a great preview. Hollywood's going to hop on, and it's really a tremendous day. Weather's going to be fantastic. Low 80s, sunny skies, no rain in the forecast, which is great. Bring the family out. There's so many different activities, but we'll be broadcasting live 8 to 10 a.m.
Mark, thanks for joining us here and adding some spice to our Hambletonian Draw today. Our thanks to our entire crew here. The live podcasts, we want to mention those. Post time with Mike and Mike, NahooPicks.com as well. The Harness Racing Fan Zone driver autograph session in the backyard. We've got some great giveaways, carnival rides, live music by Second Contact, the Hambletonian Hat Contest, and, of course, the all-star lineup of stakes and our blockbuster betting menu. That's the important thing here. Doors open at 10 a.m. and post time is 12 noon. And for more, you can log on to playmeadowlands.com. Be here Saturday for the greatest day in harness racing, Hambletonian Day at the Meadowlands.